Thanks for tuning in to Incarceration to Incorporation. I'm AB. I got my co-host with me today, Julius Hall, which is he is the CEO and the founder of All Things Relevant Media. Like I said, I'm AB. I'm the host of the show, and I'm the founder and CEO of Incarceration to Incorporation. Good to see you brothers up here today. Got a few guests up here. Y'all let everybody know who y'all are. Let everybody know what you're doing out there in the streets, where you're from, where you're located, and we gonna get right into the business.
All right. Well, we go first.
Can go. Just step up. Anybody can go ahead.
My name is Donald Gilliard, and I live in Georgetown, South Carolina. I did 20 years in the Fed of a life sentence. I've been home 10 years now, and I work as a political consultant. I'm running 2 campaigns now, 2 state Senate campaigns here in South Carolina. And I also was a national state political director for Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. And I just started my own consulting agency, Sweet Gilliard Productions and Consulting Incorporated, here in South Carolina.
Okay. You're doing big things out there in South Carolina.
God is good.
I know that's right. Anybody else want to jump out there, let everybody know who they are, what they're doing?
Go ahead,
Sergio. Okay.
Sergio. Go ahead.
Karsten.
Go ahead, Sergio.
Karsten Mio Brinson. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you good, Mio.
Okay. Oh man. I'll break it down like this. I served a total of 16 years of my life incarcerated. The last 13, I served in federal prison. I've been home right at about 3.5 years. Still in the ministry. I have a trucking company. Recently got involved with doing some real estate consulting, and I have also a nonprofit, Jump Forward. Shout out to my guy George Oliver, founder of Jump Forward, and that's what I'm doing, man. Mentoring and working, trying to build my company, trying to be a part of the community, trying to be a positive example. Thankful that God was able to open the doors and now just able to be a blessing unto other people.
Wonderful, brother. Where you at?
I'm in Atlanta by way of Marietta.
Okay.
Marietta. They say Marietta. Marietta, where it's better, where it's greater, where it's better. I know about that.
Yes, sir. Paul, keep his name down here in Atlanta where we meet up at.
Yes,
know that he's a preacher.
Oh, okay. That's right. He can't come to
that. Hey, that was my past life.
He's a good brother. Sergio, let us hear about you, Sergio.
Yeah, so Sergio Ayala here. Let's see, I did about a little bit over 7 through the system. I've been home since 14. I've been in real estate since 2002. And so I've been in it before this happened and obviously afterwards as well. Nowadays, right now, I do a lot of mentorship, a lot of coaching in the commercial real estate world. That's what I've been doing for the past 5-6 years now. I have a team of agents. For the past 5 years, actually, I was the 4.5 years, I was the director for a commercial division of a pretty large real estate company here in the Metro Atlanta area. The company today has about 3,500 agents. Since that point, I moved to a new company. We have about 1,500 agents, 24 offices in the Metro Atlanta. The team I'm with, we have 3 offices in the Metro Atlanta. We're going to be opening another one soon in Gwinnett County. As I said, I have a team of agents. I coach them, I mentor them. I consult on commercial real estate deals every day. That's what I do. That's what I love. I love to provide quality of service, obviously. And a lot of these agents that I coach and mentor, they're really doing big things and changing lives by providing, housing opportunities. So that's what I do. That's my passion, man.
Hey, you're doing great things out there. You came home running, Sergio. You came home, boy, with a plan. Came
been
in with a
running
plan.
since day one.
Yes,
Say that
sir.
again.
So I've been running since day one.
Oh, no
Absolutely.
doubt, no doubt. Hey, look, we all been running. We all been running, brother. Hey, Julius, let everybody know, man, who you are, man, what you out here doing.
I am Julius Hall. I am the co-host of Incarceration to Incorporation until we find him a better person to fill in for me. We interviewing people now who can fill in and
You
be on
doing a
this
good
show with
job,
us.
though. Hey,
Uh,
you doing a good job. Wonderful
oh
job as
yeah,
my co-host, man.
I'm not going nowhere. You know, I am the CEO of All Things Relevant Media. I am the CEO of All Things, for ATR Consulting, which is All Things Relevant Consulting. I run a political and consulting firm, business and marketing, and I handle a bunch of politicians, as y'all see now that behind me. So Gilliard is one of my mentors. Him and the great Charlie Brown. I learn a lot from these guys. So what I do in the political world, I feed off of those two guys that tell me a whole lot. But they old school, so I had to take it and a little juice to it. I had to reinvent it because they taught me the old ways, but I just put that juice on it to make
You
it
put
better.
some juice. Put
Yeah,
some juice. You put a
but
side
we're
step. You
doing,
put a side step to it.
yeah, yeah. But and all things relevant, we do a number of things. We have three drop shipping companies, where we do a number of things. One or two of them that I can't tell you about it because they're secret. I can tell y'all in private. And we do T-shirts, all kind of marketing. One of the other companies that Charles, who you all met, who's producing the show and is a partner in All Things Relevant Media. They have legacy branding. So anybody needing any type of branding for their company and their all you have to do is contact me. We'll get you set up with anything that you need. But we do a number of things. I'm writing 3 books. I did 20 years in the Fed, 21 and a half years, came out and, I knew that I had to do it on my own, but, having that support mechanism at home with my family is what enabled me to do the things that I'm doing now. I worked the first 4 or 5 years as an investigator at a law firm, but now I'm working for myself. So, and that's what the goal is, to be working for yourself.
Right,
Wonderful.
right. And that's one of the
Cool,
reasons
cool.
why I started Incarceration to Incorporation, strictly for those individuals, man, that come home from prison and have the capability to start a job or start a business instead of busting their ass to go out here and find a job and try to work for somebody else. Use the entrepreneurship mindset to start a business. So that's what Incarceration to Incorporation is to specialize in those individuals, man, that come home doing things, whether it's positive stuff in the community or they started a business where they can either hire 5 people, 10 people, or how many other people they can hire, man, and just transitioning back into society the beautiful and wonderful way. So that's the reason why I started Incarceration to Incorporation. And that's why I picked you brothers to come on, man, because I know you all got a story to tell, transitioning back into society from where you all came from, in the incarceration pathway. I did 10 years in the feds myself, coming from Butler Low to the Atlanta federal camp, and I can say I met a lot of good brothers that had the entrepreneurship mind. You know what I'm saying? And I figure when they come home, it's gonna be hard for them to get a job. So they already had this entrepreneurship spirit. So only thing they needed was the resources and the capital to up jump start their business. You know what I mean? So that's what we doing. We giving the resources to those individuals that come home and those that are home that trying to get businesses started, man. And that's what Incarceration to Incorporation is, man. I welcome you brothers on. I appreciate you coming on, man. And we're gonna get down to a few of the questions that a lot of people have asked me about. First of all, the transitioning point of how was it transitioning back into society? How long did it take you all to come home, jump back into society? Did you do it on your own? Do you have family members, or how was that situation for you all? I'm gonna just pick somebody. I'm gonna pick Mio first.
Hey, look, I know you was gonna call on me, right? But man, I'll tell you this right here, man. I say that the transition and like every step of the way, it wasn't always easy, and sometimes it's still not easy. But I always tell myself that I'm in the game now, so I have a chance to make a play. So what I mean when I say I'm in the game now is, okay, many of us have played some kind of sports, football, basketball, or whatever. When we're on the sidelines, on the bench, you see, we don't have a chance to make a play. We don't have a chance to score a touchdown or shoot a three-pointer, score a basket. But once we walk out of those prison doors, man, we in the game now. You understand what I'm saying? So I figure as long as I can stay in the game, first of all, then I can make a play. So when I came home, I had family support. I had support with church and ministry and things of that nature. But at the same time, you always need a little bit more. People don't really understand all of the help that you really need when you coming out of prison with nothing. When you done lost everything, you've been gone for 13 years, or like my brother said, 20 years, or whatever the case. Then you come home and you got to start all over, man. You ain't got a pair of underwear. So
that's right.
So for me, I did have some assistance. But coming home, man, and having responsibilities, I had a son that needed me. You know what I'm saying? And I had to be able to step right in and be a physical dad now.
Right.
At the same time, I was juggling probation and work, and probation is not always understanding, or your job is not always understanding. Sometimes they conflict with each other, because there's a lot of responsibilities with being on probation. We're having to go take drug tests. We're having to go to drug class. We're having to, to just report to your probation officer. But at the same time, they want you to be at work. So you got to juggle those things, man, and just remind yourself, that I'm in the game now. I'm not on the sidelines. Okay, just
I
stay.
like that. I like that being in the game. I like that you're in the game. We all in the game, right? And it's a different game. It's a different game, so it requires a different game plan.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
All right.
so
Go ahead.
so
Finish up, Mio.
So as far as my transition, man, and going into business, it really was a crazy step, man, because I did not have a cool probation officer. Being in the transportation business, I had a probation officer that didn't want me to leave outside of North Georgia. And anybody in the transportation business know you can't make no money being confined to just the northern part of Georgia, and you trying to, get into business. But I started the business anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so it was kind of a little struggle. I got another probation officer, they wasn't really that cool either, So I was like, well, with God, can I catch a break? But eventually, my paperwork was in to the judge. I filed to the judge to get off probation. And so the probation officer wouldn't let me go, but the judge let me off of probation. You see what I'm saying?
Oh wow. That was a blessing in disguise too.
That was a huge blessing. You know what I'm saying? That was a huge blessing. And so that opened up doors for me to be able, to run my business, man.
That's what's up. Sergio, let everybody know what it is that you're doing, man, and as far as the transition, man. How was the transition for you?
Let me tell you, man. The transition started. It didn't start 30 days before I knew it was coming out. Transition started, maybe 6 months, 9 months after I was in. I already knew, right? Here's the thing. I already knew I had a date. So if I already had a date, provided that I kept that date, obviously I didn't mess it up, right? But I already had a date. So I had a date that I can work with and I can plan on. So from day one, I started doing things, right? I kept my reading up. I kept my studying up. I use all the resources that the system provided. Any type of class, diplomas, anything I could put my hands on and complete, I was there. I was
Right.
hungry. I knew I had a date to come out, so I started that transition. Probably 6 to 9 months after you have that shocking stage at the beginning. Um, After you pass that shocking stage, it's like, okay, I need to work on this now, because whenever that day comes, I don't want to be cut off guard, right? So, I kept on my real estate by reading a lot of books. Obviously, I had a great support system on the outside. They provided a lot of resources, send in books, send in magazines, kept in touch with a lot of people. I kept teaching classes in the system about real estate, about other things in life as well. So that kept my game up. Um, so by the time I was ready to come out, I already had been calling people, sending information as far as emails or postcards or whatever, letting them know what my game plan was. And gratefully for me, and I didn't burn any bridges right when I was out. So
Hey, hey,
I was very
right.
grateful that a
That's
lot of
hey,
those people were very open and to help me. As soon as I came out, I mean, I had a job within a week, right? So, you know, actually, I had a job even before Halfway House let me have a job. So because I didn't burn any bridges, right, with those people out on the outside, and they really threw that helping hand out there. And actually, I fall right into lending and real estate back again, because that's what I've been doing anyway. That's what I had been studying for. So I kept my game up. Um, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are going through the system. They get institutionalized and they lose track of time, and then all of a sudden, they're 3 months away. They're 2 months away, and they don't even know what they're gonna do. They didn't keep up with those relationships on the outside. They burn bridges, not only with friends and co-workers, but also with family members, right? And now you're 1 2 months away. This is no time to start. You should have started many years ago. So I think that helped me a lot in the transition, that I had people out there waiting on me, right? They were hungry for me to come out to help them out into their businesses as well. And of course, I had wife, kids, and family members that counted on me, so I couldn't let them down, right? I already had had made a mistake in the first place, so I had to fix that. So for me, transition wasn't as hard as I thought, mainly because I had a great support system out there. And that's one thing that, if anybody coming out of the system now needs that support, hey, I'm right there. I mean, AB, you've been talking to MJ and some other people that when they needed some help, man, we put our hand out there for them, because we went through that. We knew what they needed, right? So again, it's about you. It's about what you put into your mindset, and work hard from day one. Don't just wait until you're 1 month out or to come back home. That will be too late.
Mr. Gilliard, you up next. You're muted. You're muted.
Somebody muted me.
Okay, you good now.
All right. Sergio said something that that really hit home for me, and he said that he had a date, and that's important. When I was in the feds, I didn't have a date. Every time I went for the 6 months review with the case managers and the counselors, and you get the paper about your release date, your projected release date, mine said deceased every time. And so for 20 years, I went through that system, and part of it was telling me, the system was telling me that I was going to die there, that I wasn't ever going to be free. But in the back of my mind, I never ever accepted that. I really believed that some way, somehow, someday, I was going to be free. I didn't know how. And I remembered when I used to go around the yard and I used to do these laps in the evening when I go to the rec yard.
Mm-hmm.
And I would run into some of the younger guys. You know, I'm in my mid-60s. So I would run into some of the younger guys. And they used to ask me, they were like, Mr. Guillard, how do you do it? I mean, because they all knew I had a life sentence. Because when I was the last prison I was at, there was only about 9 of us that had life sentences, that had natural life sentences. You know, out of 16, there was only 9 on the compound that really had a natural life sentence, and I was one of those 9. And they used to ask me, man, how do you do it? How do you stick? Because I'm teaching in the GED program, I'm doing productions in the prison. I mean, I'm doing things as if I'm not going to die in prison.
Right.
You know, and I'm conducting myself as if I'm not going to die in prison. And so when I was fortunate enough to get back into court, and I'll never forget that, there was 2 retired prison officials from Alabama that flew to Charleston, South Carolina to speak to the judge on my behalf. Mm. And you know, and it was real humbling for me, but I know, and of course, you know who it was, Hall. You know, Mac Alpine and Thomas came to South Carolina to speak on my behalf. And I knew it was because of how I conducted myself in that environment. I mean, had I been a nuthead and causing problems and all that, you think they would have came to South Carolina and stand up in federal court and say, Your Honor, this is the man that we know? They wouldn't have done that. So it's how you live your life that you did. Now, very quickly so I can end this. When I got out of prison after 20 years, I went back in, attempted to go back into politics. You know, before I made my bad decisions, you know, I was a political consultant prior to going to prison. Mm-hmm. And so now the thing is, how are you going to get back into politics? Because first of all, politicians are afraid of you. You done been to prison, you know, and that's the last thing they want an opponent to come out. Oh, he's got a convicted felon working on his campaign. I mean, that they do that, you know. And I was able to get back in, and I remembered when a candidate running for Congress wanted to hire me, and he found out that I had been in prison, and so he called a meeting with key leaders within the Black community. This was a white candidate. Talked to them and said, listen, if I hire him, is it the prudent thing to do? Are y'all going to have my back if I make this decision? And I remember those Black leaders saying to him, we are a community of second chances. If you hire him, that tells us who you are. So yes, we want you to give him a chance. And so I was able to get back in and to get my life started. But the day I got out, my brothers then took me to Walmart, and I got underclothes and socks and stuff I never get, because I had nothing. I had like $17 in my account. That was a check. I didn't get that till later on. And they took me shopping. I'll never forget. They spent about $270 getting underwear and clothes and socks and stuff for me to wear. And that was it, my guys. It was, we bought you these underclothes, got your socks. You know what I mean? Yep. You out after 20 years, however you survive, hey, do it. And one of my brothers had a couple of extra cars. You think he gave me the car? You know what he told me? I'll rent you the car. I've been in prison 20 years. Listen, I'm just keeping real with you. I had to pay my brother to rent a car that he had. He had extra cars now.
Wow.
I had to rent a car from him.
Wow.
After his brother had been in prison for 20 years. Real story, brothers. I'm telling you so. You know, but right now, you know, God is good. I'm married now. I have a production that I do. I didn't tell y'all, but I have a production called God's Trombones.
And that's a bad thing. Boy,
Paul has been to my production several times, and we travel all over the country doing this production. and I actually started the production. It was written by James Weldon Johnson, but I started directing it in prison.
Yeah.
Y'all know how talented them brothers is in prison. So I got these brothers from prison doing God's trombone from 7 Negro sermons in version. And them guys, them guys bringing it. You know what I mean? And I'm telling friends, I said, boy, if I can get out, I'm going to start this. And when I get out, I'm there. Oh, Mr. Gill, you always got dreams. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
If y'all see it,
I got out.
If y'all see it, y'all want to bring it to your city.
There you go. Yeah, Hall, I've been to several of them, but I got a book. Ronnie, bring me a copy of the book. That's my wife, and I'm married to preacher. I'm married to preacher now. Nobody would have predicted that right there. God is good. Honey, bring me a book.
Hold on 1 second.
And you got to post the name of it up there. You got to post the name of it too, so people can pick it up. I got to get me a copy of it.
Okay, hold on. Let me get a copy of the book. Obviously, she's not gonna do it. Let me get it.
All right, why he doing that? We when he get back, we're gonna chit chat and talk some more about the transitioning part, man, and about some of the resources that you all. I know we all in different cities, different states. So I guess it varies depending on what state you're in, as far as different types of resources to help you, the transition back, to help you, whether it was financially or just some support to help you cope back with society. So we're gonna,
yes, sir.
after he plugged the book, let everybody know about the book and everything. Actually, if you can hold on to that, Mr. Gillard, hold on to that. We're gonna give that plug later on in the show towards the end, just let everybody know about the book and everything.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, what I'm saying is, one of the questions people want to know is about the resources that you may have had once you came home, that enable you to either get some finances that was maybe available to you, or any type of resources that was given to you to help you cope back into society, whether it was just a hug or just sharing some love, just share with the people anything that you can give them that help you when it came to any type of resources.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Neil.
Oh man, resources. I got help from friends, man. It wasn't a lot, monetary wise, but it was a blessing, to be able to have assistance in getting a vehicle to drive. That's huge for somebody coming out of prison.
Yeah.
That's huge, man. So shout out to Bishop Scipio Phelps for that. Thank God for that. Clothes, a few. Like I said, money wasn't much, man. Had to hit the ground running, man. Had to go to work, So resources, it wasn't really a lot of resources. And then you coming from being in the game, and you know how much money go through your hands then, man, and you get back to the world and you just don't have that money no more. It's kind of a funny feeling, but it was humbling though. It was very humbling, So I can't say a whole lot about resources, man. I was thank God that I was able to come home to a mother that had a room for me.
Yeah.
Somewhere to lay my head. That's a blessing. Some people don't even have that.
Right.
And
Right.
I can honestly say that there are countless places I could have went to lay my head, because I have a lot of family, a lot of friends, that open their doors to me. But so I thank God for my mom, man. Just the moral support, because it wasn't a lot financially, So most of my financial support, man, came from my friend Scipio Phelps. That's where most of my financial support came from. There was other support, but overall, it wasn't a whole lot of financial support, man. I had to hit the ground running, man. I had to get out here and work.
No doubt. That's what it was all about, though. But like you said, it made you humble, though. You was humble about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. Yes, sir.
Sergio.
So I think there's a word you use right there, AB. That's super important. Um, humble. This obviously, and it really depends on what twist you give it into, but this should be a humbling experience for anybody, and it should be for everybody, right? Um, it doesn't matter what you did before, where you came from, how you end up, tangle up or got caught or whatever it was. This should be a humbling experience. Learn more about yourself. Try to man situations with friends, family members out there. Hey man, just be sorry about what happened and apologize. Try to, again, like I said before, those bridges that you probably burned. Some of them you probably won't be able to come back through them, but some of them you might be able to fix them as long as you humble yourself, and ask for forgiveness and know what happened, what you did, and what you've been through, and ask for help. I had a great support system. My family was there for me the whole time. I can't really complain about that. I've been very fortunate, very blessed that my family was always there for me. Of course, you had some friends. Oh yeah, I got you. All this and all that. Yeah, that's from the mouth, right? But there was no action behind that. So it's not that I was resentful about some people, but I will never forget, obviously, about the people that I needed there to be there and that were not. I will never forget that. Again, it's not that I have a grudge or anything like that, no resentment, but I just can't forget that. I can't forget it for myself, and I can't forget it for my family either, for my wife, for my kids, right? And oftentimes, I didn't need you to get some food or get some money to my wife and my kids. I just needed a phone call. Hey, what's going on? What you guys need, right? Is everything okay? Anything I can do for you guys? That's all we need. That's all we wanted. Not really the monetary or the financial, like Mio said, because it's tough, right? You can't. You feel like your hands are tied because you can't provide. But for me, it was the family. It was a great support system, and obviously a few of the friends, that either had been through a similar process and they understood, the kind of help that I needed, or some of those friends that were definitely unconditionally there for me. One of those friends is who really got me my first job straight off the bat within the week. He was there for me from day one, right? And I was actually a friend that went through the process and through the system too. And some of you know him, Daniel Yu. Great guy. He basically put his hand from day one out there and said, hey man, whatever you need. All right. I've been through the system. I know what it is, and I needed help just like you do. So you can count on me. So again, humble yourself, apologize for what happened, don't hold any grudge against anybody, and just try to mend, things with your family, because they're the ones you're going to need once you hit the street.
That's absolutely correct. You can't burn those bridges that you burn. But see, when you have a lot of people that were so reckless when we were out there, that if you burned those bridges, the best thing that you could do is reinvent yourself while you're in there. Just like Donald, I had 20 years to think about it. I had 20 years of reading to do. I have 20 years of learning to do. I have 20 years of reinventing myself to make myself the best person I could be when I got home. And that's what we want to be able to tell guys. And that's what part of this program is about. It's about mentoring those kids to make sure that they don't go back in. It's about being able to survive, to provide some type of support system for guys that's coming out, whether it's educational, whether it's monetary, whatever it is whatever support that we can get. And what we will hope to do with this program through AB's vision is to have a platform for them to speak, something that they can see where guys did get out and went from incarceration to incorporation, owning a business, working for themselves, doing those things to build their lives back. Because it's not about us anymore. Because we got to realize we're over the hump. You know, maybe meal rate. You know, we all getting there. You know, and so what we have to do is provide a legacy for our grandkids and our kids and our grandkids and great grandkids, just like Donald is sitting there with his grandkid now. We have to be able to provide something for those kids in the future so that they can understand that, you know, good people sometimes do bad things.
Yes,
But not
absolutely.
life, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So well said. I mean, I'm learning so much, and everything that's being shared here today are things, you know, and trying to help mentor and try to help some of the young guys not, make the same mistakes. And, sometimes that becomes difficult, and it becomes difficult because, sometimes I get scared, like guys who I know they're still out there slinging. I'd be scared for them to be called to me, because I'm like, shit, I ain't to get my number tied up, and they got some shit going on, and all of a sudden I'm calling to make sure they all right and all that, and all of a sudden my damn name in a conspiracy or something like that. So I get a little scared. You understand? So what I try to do is lead by example, and let those guys see that you really could make it out here by really doing the right thing. And so that's kind of what I do. I'm a little afraid of the other thing, because I just don't want to get I don't want nobody to get indicted, and then because sometimes them guys get indicted, all of a sudden they might tell the Fed, yeah, he used to call me and he asked me about drugs, and I ain't told him about no damn drug. I'm just saying, I'm kind of scared. You know what I mean, guys? Just keeping it real with you. So I try to use example as best I can, that those guys will say, man, boy, he got out. He never went back to that other side, and he seems to be doing just quite well.
Well, we gotta. What I want to do one day is to really, because you're doing some awesome things. Whether I don't know whether the listening audience and the viewing audience out there know about it, but Donald Gilliard is doing some awesome things there. He has even introduced me to a presidential candidate. Not only Bernie Sanders, but to Tom Steyer. He put me in contact with those people too. I had an opportunity to possibly work with them, even though I didn't get the contract. I got the opportunity to put in for the contract. But Donald is a good friend of Sanders. He's also a good friend of Danny Glover's. So he's doing some awesome things there in South Carolina, and I'm just in awe of him. The production that he puts on, I'm gonna try to put it on one day here in Savannah, but I'm also gonna try to put it clips of it on probably on this show, so that people can see that what it is. Emil, if you see it, you'll want to bring it to your church. I'm serious. It's an awesome production, and if you get a chance, buy his book, because the book is awesome also. Even though he left some cliffhangers out there, we want to really know a couple tell us what happened. I really want to know. The brother's doing great things, and that's what we want to do. We want to inspire these kids and these gentlemen that's coming out, and women. That next week, I think we got a woman on next week, don't we, AB? AB?
Yeah. We got one coming on. She she's actually a friend and a business partner to someone that's incarcerated, and through her he was able to start a business, and she handling the business while he on the inside. I think he have like 10 months left, and they doing great things. They got an entertainment business, man, and I think a construction business and all of that. So yeah, she coming on. She coming on next week, man, to tell her story as well as his story, how she was able to help him go through all of that. You know what I mean? Because you need a
Yes,
partner
sir.
in all of this. You know what I mean? So
And
that's
and if you guys know
so
anybody
yeah,
that has a story to tell, just hook them up with me and AB so that we can get it. We would like to have this panel. We can put 10 people on at a time on this particular system. It's a little better than Zoom, but it only allows you to have 10 instead of 100. But it's way better than Zoom. But if we can put people on this so we can tell their story, tell what they're doing so positive, how they rebuilt their life. It's an inspiration to other people that's getting out. And it's a
Yeah.
model for other people to follow so that they can do good. The mentoring program
exactly.
that a lot of the guys that we've been on, 4 or 5 weeks now, me and AB,
Mhm.
Right,
we
right. This is
graded a
fifth
bunch
show.
of guys in different cities. And see, the thing is, this ain't just Georgia. This ain't just South Carolina. This is all over the country. And
Yes, sir.
so what we want to do is get in touch with all those people that are doing those positive things to show people that we have networks all over and that together, unified, that we are a powerful force. Even though we did something wrong, we rectified it. Because one thing that you have to understand, don't never let the guilt overshadow anything that you're doing. Because once paid, a debt is no longer a debt. Once you pay it, a debt is no longer a debt. We paid our debt to society. Now, what we have to do is move forward from here and do the things that's necessary to build a legacy for our grandkids and kids behind us.
Absolutely.
Right, right,
Wonderfully
right,
said, brother.
right. Sergio,
Wonderfully said.
oh, Sergio, I'm gonna let you. I know you got to go. Anything you want to tell the people what you got coming up for you next, man, and any resources you can give people, just just let everybody know.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, real estate is my passion, is my game, right? Anything real estate related, like I actually was a coach and a mentor while in the system as well. So I actually helped a lot of guys in a class that I put together to how to deal with investors, how to find investment properties, how to find financing for it, hard money, how you can buy homes really with no money, or at least not your money. I mean, and I still do that today, right? But that helped a lot of guys come out with a plan, right? So anything to that effect, and if there's a way, obviously, maybe AB or Mio that's over here in Atlanta, to let me know how maybe take some of these classes back to the halfway house or any other entities, or that we can put these classes together, or maybe some short seminars. Just at least help these guys to, focus on something different. At least have a plan B or plan C, right?
Right.
Just create opportunities. I've been grateful enough that I said, my family's been there for me, and one of those is actually my son. So I reconnected with my oldest son. We were always kind of connected, but not in a very deep way. And he actually just moved to Atlanta less than a year ago, about a year ago. He works with me. He got his real estate license. He just got his South Carolina license as well, by the way. We are planning big things. We want to go to Florida next year as well. We want to open a brokerage in Florida as well. As I said, we're about to open a fourth office by the end of this year in the Snellville, Grayson area, which is in the metro Atlanta area. We have a passion in the real estate business, right? We want to help specifically minorities, right? There's a huge gap in the commercial real estate in the Hispanic and minority sector, huge. And so that's something we want to, just help fill that gap. We actually have something coming up, and this is almost cat out of the bag, but we have a full website. We have incorporated. This will be the third company unincorporated. It's called Mi Casa Atlanta. This is focused more on the Hispanic community. Full resources for the Hispanic community, from the real estate side to the lending side to the insurance, how to help them out, fix their credit through entire process. Also help business owners, how to incorporate their businesses, how to buy a business, how to build up a business, or maybe get into real estate, buy some real estate to accommodate their business. Instead of being paying rent or leasing a space, why not just buy some land, build your own, right? And again, just try to fill that gap that the minorities are basically having today. So again, real estate is my passion, is my game. Anybody that needs some help in the real estate, hey man, I'm here for everybody, because I needed some help when it came out. It's time for me to provide that help.
Hall, make sure you get his information, Hall.
Yeah, Sergio, what we want to do is every time that you guys come on, we want y'all to, you're also in contact with a bunch of guys that was there with us, that was someplace else with us. We want to make sure that we have an opportunity to help you all be successful or more successful by spreading and networking. This is a networking system that we are that AB has created here. So what we want to do is to make sure that you bring your business card so we can start putting it on. We're going to have you back on the show so that you can even express it more. Before you come on the show, we want you to spread the flyer, share it with everybody, tell everybody you're going to be on it. Let everybody know, because this is a networking thing. Even you, Mio, and Donald, we want everybody, we want all your viewers to watch it. We want everybody to see it, so because everybody is affected by the penal system. The system has somebody in everybody's family locked up. So those people coming on, we want to be able to be an outlet for them to get information, to get some type of help. It might be they might be looking for a church family. We can send them there to Mio. They might be looking for somebody that done wrote a book. We can send them there to Donald. They might be looking for some rental property to buy a home. We can send them to Sergio. So we got all the things.
Absolutely.
We got ex-lawyers. We got ex-judges. Everything is in this group that we have. People just don't know it. It's 250 of us strong. It's 175 in one group and 78 in another group. So we got 250 people that that we can network through. So,
and we know a lot of people.
Yeah, we know a lot of people also from being out and doing all the things. So we got the connections. Everybody just can't be scared. I got a black-owned watch company now. That guys need a job. You can go out and sell watches if you want. You can go drive Uber. We want to tell people that don't give up. Just keep moving forward. Then you can make it. Don't be ashamed of anything that you're doing, because it's better than being in that jail cell.
Right. Right about that.
But Sergio, you got to go. We'll have you back on the show soon, Sergio. Appreciate you coming on.
All right, Don,
I appreciate you coming on, Sergio.
Y'all know anybody that needs to be on the show? We will have LJ. LJ, I know you watching. I see you out there, Leonard Joyner. He was saying that this program can take the Department of Corrections by storm, and that it can help reduce the recidivism for guys in there. If they see this program, they need to probably share this program. So that's probably one of the things that AB and I will be looking into after a while, being able to put this program in front of people into the system to show them that this is something that they need to show these guys in there before they come home. That we're doing it, they can do it also. All right. Well, we got about 10, 11 minutes left. So what's the next question? Charles, you got a question pop up for us? And so, how can you be reached? Mio, tell us about the church. We'll go to Gilead next, but tell us about the church. Tell us about anything else that you do in the trucking company, how we can reach you, how anybody can support you, I think you muted.
Okay. I'm good now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. Man, ministry, man, is I encourage everybody to be involved in the church ministry in your community. First of all, somewhere around home, man, be involved with a church community. Because when a church operates and functions the way the way that God set it up to do, then there's certain things that we won't have to depend on the government for. When a church is operating and functioning right, You don't need a welfare system. You won't need things of that nature because that's something that the church was designed to take care of. So support your local church, support your local ministries. Get involved in those things, not just outside of the church, but get involved in the things that the church is doing and get behind them.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And now for me, outside of the church, in this business, man, my thing was this right here. And I'm gonna try to make this real short because I know we got to wrap it up. My thing is this, man. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 11 years old. Since I was 11 years old, I've been an entrepreneur. I got me two lawn cutting contracts at 2 different businesses when I was 11. I promoted a concert in the basement of our apartment with mice and roaches running around, right? In Kennesaw. Anybody watching this show from Kennesaw Village, man, if y'all remember that concert, man, I did that at 11 years old, man. We had somebody that performed as Michael Jackson. Somebody else was like, I think I was Elder Barge, and man, and we made a profit off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always had that entrepreneur spirit, man. And over the years, I had a couple of other different. Before I went to prison, I had a barbershop. But I wanted to do something different, man. And I saw opportunity in the trucking industry, man. It's so much money in the trucking industry. You know what I'm saying? And once you get your momentum going, it can be something that can be big. So I didn't want to come out here and just work for somebody and drive a truck for somebody. And here's something that might shock you, man. When I started getting into trucking business, I started asking truck drivers about the business. And what I found out is a lot of them don't know the business. A lot of them may know certain parts of the little business, but they don't know the paperwork. They don't know the money. They don't know what the lanes pay. And so I had to look at this stuff and read up on this stuff. I watched some stuff on YouTube or whatever and started learning this stuff, man. And so my thing is I want to help people to understand the business. If you want to get into the business, do it for yourself. I don't want you to come and work for me forever. I want you to come, if you want to come and work for me for a period of time, learn the business. And once you get yourself ready to go, man, I'll show you everything that I know because I want you to succeed. So that's my thing in this trucking, because my heart is ministry, man. My passion in my heart is saving souls. So the business or the businesses that I may take part in is just to provide the financing for me and my family to live, and so that I can work in ministry, man, and not have to worry about money in ministry. And I'll continue to work with my guy George Oliver. I got books. Me and AB, we was sitting down together, comparing, talking about stories, man, probably 15 years ago with different books. I got books that I just haven't published yet.
Right.
I got movie scripts that I haven't published yet, but me and George Oliver, we're gonna meet tomorrow. We got something, man, that we're putting together. It's a collabo on a book thing with a movie script, so we're trying to figure out how to put this thing together and to get this project out there, man. So I got other scripts and movies and plans, man.
That's great because one of the third book that I'm doing, it will be my first book is my autobiography. My second book is the book of poetry, and the third book I was coming to all of you that I know write poetry or even short stories. I was coming to all of you. We're gonna do a collaboration also. So that's something great there, because I wanted to make that the third book, but it'll all be out before the end of next year. I might have all 3 unfinished. Yeah, but see, come here, son, come here. See, this is one of the things that I'm talking about right here. This is one of my youth. I got him in here doing, helping me out with sharing this program to different people and everything. And this is what we have to do. We have to reach out, get these kids before we lose them to the system, to the graveyard. And so this is part of what we're doing. We just got to take that time to bring them in and help. He's here. He can't get in no trouble while he's here. But in a way, I can't count on that. But when he's in,
There's a yard
Donald
street I'm on.
Gilliard, you gotta mute your mic,
Yes,
Gilliard.
it starts at what time?
Yeah. But but that's what we got to do, Mio. What you're doing is great, and that's good. There you go, Gilliard back. So we ain't got but about 5 minutes left. Gilliard,
Yeah.
go ahead and tell us about
Yeah.
the book and everything else.
Okay. The name of the book, of course, I think he's gonna put it on there. It's But for the Grace of God, the Life of Donald Gilliard, written by Steve Williams. I like people to buy the book directly from me instead of it's on Amazon. But I want you to know I only get about $2 when you buy it on Amazon. That's how they got that system. Y'all know how this thing go. But I got thousands of the books here. So if I sell my book and I sell them actually cheaper than Amazon sell it, if they buy it directly from me. So I like people to come and get the book directly from me. It's more beneficial to me. God's Trombone Production.
Back up a little bit because all we see is your eyes.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right. The God's Trombones production that I do is really done as a fundraiser for churches. People actually bring us in, organizations bring us in to do God's Trombones, and as a fundraiser. So of course I'm a private company, for profit company, but we give a fee to come in to do the production, and then ticket sales and advertising sales, and all the organization, the host makes that money, and they're able to pay for our production and make a tremendous profit for themselves. And everybody who has brought God's Trombones has always profited. The amount they profit depends on how hard they work. If they really got dedicated workers, it's very profitable, and it's an easy production to do because actually, God's Trombone is 7 Negro sermons in verse, and so we use 7 ministers from 7 different churches, and so that gives you a base right there in terms of people to come in to say it's a system that actually works. So, somebody says it's a great production. She must have saw it then. Okay. You can contact me through my Facebook page. Just go look for Donald Gilliard and Facebook and inbox me, and I'll share information about the book and anything else that you want to know. Is there anything else I need to add, my brother?
So if I'm running for office, you'll be able to help me out.
Absolutely. But you must have some money. I say that, y'all, because I don't have no retirement system. 20 years, I didn't have nothing in the retirement system, so I don't do free campaign work. Right. I'm not a volunteer.
Free comes slow.
When you call me, you must be able to pay for those services. Y'all understand that?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And like I said, y'all can look on this page. Y'all can see him with Bernie Sanders. Y'all can see him on CNN. He was there at the panel for Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders calls him. You don't call Bernie Sanders. So he's the real deal, people.
Yes, sir.
So. All right, Mio, let everybody know where they can contact you at. All your social media platforms where they can contact you.
And we got 1 minute.
Okay, I'm on Facebook, Karsten Mio Brinson. I'm on Instagram, Karsten Brinson. And hey, you can call me if you want to, man. 404-353-1660, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all be blessed. Thank y'all for having me on, man.
I appreciate you coming on, Mio.
Yeah, let me get my phone number too real quick. 843-240-0432. Thank you.
Say it one more time.
843-240-0432.
Okay, Mio, tell Gio that we want to have both of y'all on the show to talk about y'all mentoring program also. And so y'all can hook up with me and AB. We want to do something that is just not localized. We want to be able to have other people go off of our platform to start mentoring programs all over the country. We want to save these youth. Whatever we can do, that's what we need to do.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate y'all coming on, man.
AB,
man, thank you very much, man.
Now, just make sure y'all let everybody know to hit us up on the Facebook page, up on the All Things Relevant Media. Also
Okay.
up on the Incarceration to Incorporation, where they can get all the information, what they need about recidivism, all the programs and stuff that we're gonna be having in the future, in the near future. Just hit up both of those pages, All Things Relevant Media and Incarceration to Incorporation.
Gotcha,
Share,
bro.
share, and invite your friends to watch the
Share.
show every Friday at 6 p.m. We gonna, if you guys want to come on and sit in with us, like I said, we can put 10 people up here. If you know anybody that needs to come on that we've been at someplace with that is doing great things, let me and AP know so we can put them on and get everything set up. But this platform is what we gonna be going with, and y'all take care, keep moving forward, and we're gonna do it.
Keep
All right.
pushing, y'all. All
Good
Good
right.
night.
night, brother. All right. Good
Thank you,
night.
y'all.